Hi everybody, this is Osprey from MyChartCoach.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at some of the stocks that were in play today. So yeah, it turned out there were a lot of stocks that ended up running. The healthcare biotech sector has been super hot. That has been the place where stocks have been running even with the market volatility. There have been good plays every day. One stock that made a big breakout today was RGNX, ticker symbol RGNX. As you can see here, this is the daily chart. It broke out above this high close resistance level from January, and so 36 is the key level to turn into support. Notice the big volume spike, so it's breaking out on big volume. If the candles do work back into the bands, like I said, you want to see 36 hold. If it pulls back below 36, you want to see EMA 4 at 32 hold. Okay, so this is going on a blue sky breakout, as you can see here on the weekly chart. This is the entire history of the trading of this stock, and so this week's candle will not set until the closing bell on Friday. So if it closes above this high close here from October of 2017, and then you see that was like a double top level here with December of 2017 as well. Above this 34 level for the week, that would be very bullish, signaling that it wants to head higher. It's hitting all-time highs right now, so keep an eye on RGNX. Okay, let's look at OGEN. Okay, so yeah, this closed up 34% today. It made a really strong move after a multi-day run. Notice that they were pushing it higher on super light volume. That's always a red flag. And then it ran up and it hit the top moving average, which is the 300-day simple moving average at 398, and pulled back. Notice that long upper wick. It ended up pulling back below the 200 and 100-day simple moving averages. If you look down here on accumulation distribution, you can see a giant spike down. So they were dumping shares into the rally. You're likely to see this kind of action, a red candle and the candle's working back into the band, similar to other times where they diluted on big pops. If it can break above 280, that'll signal that it wants to head higher. If 280 is resistance, you could see a drop down here to test that middle Bollinger Band and 50-day simple moving average at 207. It needs to hold the 50-day simple moving average to keep that uptrend going. Okay, take a look at PIXY. Okay, closed up 66% today. Huge move. It pushed all the way into the close. This is another one of those super thinly traded stocks. Okay, super low volume, and it just had a really strong day today. You have to be careful here. It did close above high close resistance here on January 22nd. If it fails to stay above, and also this closing price here in December, it fails to stay above 420, that's going to be a red flag, and then you could see it drop down, especially if you see it drop below 4. You have the upper Bollinger Band way down here at 348 and EMA 4 at 323. Those are the support levels to hold on a pullback. To the upside, if it can stay above 420, 480 zones the big level to break. That was the open from back here in December. Yeah, so whenever you have that, so just be careful on that one. Okay, look at ZSAN. Okay, closed up 56% today. This one was really cooking. It had a really strong move today after a big move yesterday. So it's been on this nice uptrend since closing above that middle Bollinger Band on the 26th of February. It got above the 50-day simple moving average yesterday. That's the green line, and then today it broke out above the 100-day simple moving average at 11. So that's the key level to hold if the candles do pull back. As long as the EMA 4 at 1050 here, 1056 is holding the pink line, the uptrend super strong. It is hitting resistance from over here in December, so it has to break this December 18th close. And then also this, there was a tight channel over here in November and the end of October. It has to break through this 15 resistance zone. If it can, the 200-day simple moving average at 1694 is the next target. So above 15, look for a run to 1694. If it hits that 200-day simple moving average and fails to break, that could signal a temporary top. Okay, look at HTGM. Okay, yeah, so this is really heating up. Notice that you've got RSI at 63, Fasto at 62. There's a room to run on both indicators. Okay, so look here, it closed right back at the key resistance level today. Okay, multiple times this level's been hit, this 420 resistance zone. Okay, it has to break above, and that will signal that it's finally ready to head higher. It's been in this sideways channel for the last couple of weeks. I guess you could say this was they walked it down here, and so now you have this breakout above. That's a signal that it could head higher, but it has to close above the previous closing prices here on the on the 20th of February. If you see it close above that level, that's going to be your signal. Okay, it's ready to head higher. If it fails to break that level, then you could see it pull back to test that middle Bollinger Band at 450. As long as the middle Bollinger Band at 450 is holding, that will signal more upside potential. If you look here at the weekly chart for HTGM, you can see here on the second week of February it had the high close. It's hitting that level right now, and so basically, it needs to close above. Let's put that right there. You can see here it's hitting that level right now. So a weekly close above the second week of February closing price is going to signal this uptrend is still strong and intact. And then you're looking for it to work its way back up to this descending resistance line up here at 750. It's headed for that direction. As long as EMA4 at 472 support is holding and it closes above high close resistance here the second week of February, it signals it wants to head higher. Okay, take a look at EKSO, ticker symbol EKSO. It's heating up here. Notice that it had a close today above the red and the green lines. That's the 50 and 100-day simple moving averages. If it can stay above 170, that would be bullish. And then now it needs to break the gold line. That's the 100-day simple moving average at 181. If it can close above that level, that's going to be a signal that this pop today was for real and it wants to head higher. If it fails to break that 100-day simple moving average or drops back below that 170 support, level, that's going to signal more consolidation. It's trying to break out of this channel here and head to the next level, but it has to get through 180. Okay, let's look at CALA, another one that's heating up, closed up 12% today. As you can see here, it has this nice uptrend going. It had closed above the green line, the 50-day simple moving average on Monday, and then today it pushed higher. It closed above that closing price from back here in January. That was the high close resistance level to break. That was the top of this current pattern here, and so it needs to turn this level into support. Let's see here if we put in a bottom here. So yeah, you could see it had this channel and then it broke down and now it's back in the channel. It's trying to break out of the top of this previous channel from December and January. And so if it can stay above this 9 level, that would be bullish. It's hitting levels over here, support from back here in November where it double bottomed before it broke out. It broke down. So it needs to get above 950. If you can get above 950, the next target is the 100-day simple moving average at 1035. Notice that's lining up with the previous resistance level. So yeah, so basically get above 950, 1035 is the next target. Okay, look at IBIO, another one that's heating up down here. It had been on this, actually, it's been on this nice run. We had been putting out alerts, and it keeps pushing higher. I had the little pullback yesterday, but then it took off higher again today and closed above the 200-day simple moving average. So that was a really bullish close. On Monday, it closed above the gold line, the 100-day simple moving average at 23. It pulled back yesterday, but then it held support. It held the EMA4 here at 25 and then kept pushing higher. Now, if it can stay above 28, the 200-day simple moving average, the next big level to break is the 300-day simple moving average at 32. That's the next big target. If it fails to break that level, that'll signal a temporary top like back here. Notice how the 200-day simple moving average has been resistance. So, you have to be on the lookout for a red candle tomorrow. That has been the pattern. So if it drops below 28, that could signal 25s back on deck. Okay, look at GALT. This closed up 13%. So keep an eye on this stock. It's trying to heat up here. It closed above the 50-day simple moving average in the middle Bollinger Band back on Friday. And then today, it got back above that level again today. So basically above 450, the 50-day simple moving average, signals it's in play and it could head higher. What you're looking for now if you're a bull is a retrace back up here to this $6 resistance zone. So if it can hold that 450 level, $6 is the next target. You want to see it working its way back up there. If it drops below the 50-day simple moving average, then it'll signal it's not ready to go. Okay, let's look at SYN. Okay, so keep an eye on the stock. It's heating up. It had a little bounce yesterday, and then today it had some nice follow through. Notice the doji at the bottom. You have multiple red candles. Gap down, doji, that's the bullish doji star reversal pattern. Yesterday the pattern's confirmed. Today you have follow through. A close today above EMA's 4, 8, 13, and the middle Bollinger Band. So going forward, if it can stay above that dotted purple line, the middle Bollinger Band at 39, it's still in play. Okay, that signals possible start of a new uptrend. Check out what it's done previously. Okay, so it's failed to stay above that middle Bollinger Band every time it's gotten above that level for the last several months. And so this could just be a repeat of the previous history where it's going to fail here and pull back. A red candle tomorrow would be a red flag that history is just repeating. If you see a white candle and it starts pushing higher, that's going to be a bullish change in trend. It hasn't done that in months, and that would put the 50-day simple moving average at 46 on deck. If it drops below that middle Bollinger Band, it will be a risk to hold. Okay, look at NVCN. This is another one that is heating up as well. Keep an eye on it. It had this nasty downtrend. You can see it got below the middle Bollinger Band, rode EMA4 resistance lower. We did put out alerts when it got above the the EMA4 here, but it pulled back below, and so today it closed above EMA4 and EMA8. Back here on the 28th, when it got above EMA4, it failed to close above the line EMA8, and it did today. So if it can stay above 22, that's going to signal this is possibly ready to go. Check out the big volume down here. So you got the big volume spike. And then what you're looking for is a break above EMA 13 at 24. Above that level, and the middle Bollinger Band at 27 is on deck. So keep an eye on NVCN. We're going to see if it can follow through here. And then finally, let's look at RADA, another one that's heating up. Yeah, if you can see here, it closed today above that 50-day simple moving average, the green line. So going forward, if it can stay above 247, it is in play. Notice just above is that 200-day simple moving average, the red line. If it can get above 260, the 100-day simple moving average at 286 is on deck. Now if 250 fails to break, the candles could work back in the band. You can see it closed above the upper Bollinger Band today, and it could work its way back down. It needs to hold EMA4 at 225 to continue the uptrend. Okay, nice volume spike here. Okay, thanks for viewing this video. Keep an eye on yeah, the small caps. They've been running yeah, with all the tariff talk and with the yeah, the aluminum and steel tariff coming through tomorrow. The White House is saying tomorrow by noon Eastern time. We'll see if that happens. The small caps have been in favor. The IWM Russell 2000 has been running, and yeah, TNA has been, ticker symbol TNA has been on fire. Okay, thank you very much for viewing this video. Check us out at our chat. I'll post the link below the YouTube video. Thank you.